My name is Christopher. I've worked with Barista Parlor for over 5 years now, and my official title is Managing Director. But of course, with any small growing company, I do many things, whatever is called on at the time. I'm lead roaster. I do wholesale. I oversee operations, at the shops. Even though I've got a lot of help there, I've got some great store leaders. Mark, retail director, does a really stellar job with that. When Barista Parlor opened, Nashville was on the verge of this ridiculous growth we're going through right now. East Nashville in particular, which is where our first location is, I feel like Andy Muma, the owner, made the correct decision at the correct time to open in East Nashville. It was set to boom, but at the time, there wasn't a lot of coffee for the size of the city. You had some of the old school players, you had some of the mainstays here, but as far as bleeding edge specialty coffee, there was nothing available. When we opened, we had siphons, there's absolutely no drip coffee at all. Not that there's anything wrong with drip. In fact, we recently introduced drip coffee, but at the time it was all by the cup, by hand. And for the most part, everybody was very receptive. They got behind it. We had some of the leading roasters in the country at the time: Stumptown, Counterculture, Intelligentsia, Sightglass, Kova. We've even worked with Tim Wendelboe. We've had some drop coffee in. It was very nice times. A lot of experimentation, and people in Nashville were very open, and everybody that came to town loved it, and they still do. People ask all the time about our transition from being a multi-roaster to roasting our own. The primary question is why, but I think anybody that has ever, even a lot of successful multi-roasters now, and I feel like that model has really taken off in the last few years. Passion, gives way to passion. We're very passionate about coffee here. We love to grow, we love to challenge ourselves, and from the very beginning, we knew that that was something that we wanted to do. It was just a matter of when, and being able to work with so many great roasters allowed us to do a lot of research, a lot of development, taste many different styles of roasting. Within the model of light roasted coffee, there's a breadth of roast styles. We roast on a Diedrich. Right now everything's CR25. We tasted a lot of different coffees from a lot of different roasters all over the world. And it seemed that consistently coffees we tasted, we preferred that were roasted on a Diedrich. And we went out to Idaho, toured the facility, looked at the roasters, got our hands on some, and it just fit. I love, the coffees that it has capability producing. We buy quality green, and this is able to produce the characteristics of terroir that we like to see. But that's Diedrich, USA. We've always made it a point to work with people that we can connect to. We like to work with people that are passionate, just as passionate about what they do as what we do. It just creates so much synergy. But a few of the people we've worked with are Isle of Printing. We work with Giffords Bacon, Porter Road Butcher, Emil Irwin, Jonathan Malthus, Aaron Rosberg, Nick Dryden for architecture, Willow Farms, Hatcher Family Dairy, the list goes on. But like I said, anyone that fits the same level of passion for what they do, we seek them out. Even the guy behind the camera, Adam, he's right there. You can't see him, but he's right there. And yay, there you go. He does some really rad stuff. We even have baristas that are supremely talented, and you'll catch their artwork sometimes on posters or their shots on Instagram. But we just attract creative people, and I love that. Art and commerce connecting and thriving and creating synergy has always been sort of one of our founding principles. I don't believe that art and commerce should be opposed to one another. They can live in harmony. And we want Barista Parlor to be a place where people can come every day, and we want to fuel your creativity. And we want to help you be the best version of yourself that you possibly can be. I know that sounds cheesy, but I mean, that's coffee. That's, it's different. Coffee is more than just a caffeine vehicle. It's what community can be created around, and we see that, we notice that. And part of, what makes me happy to do what I do is seeing people be inspired, and we want to do that. Coffee packaging. This guy right here is actually many years in the making. I think it's kind of an extension about everything we've talked up to this point. Art and commerce, connecting and thriving, looking for local artists and artisans. And it's surprising. I remember sitting on the east side. It was the only location we had when we first opened. It's been about a year or so, and Andy, the owner, we were in the back, and he was sitting at the desk and he was sketching, and this is surprisingly close to what he had sketched out that day. And this is something we worked with Bryce at I Love Printing. The outside is printed old school printing presses. There are 7 to 8 components involved in this thing, and all but one is made or produced here in Nashville. And that's, again, just part of what we do. This will remain. This is great. This is, a great triumph. It's awesome, and people have loved it. But we're also working on an additional 12-ounce package. I won't say what, but this one's 8 ounces. We're working on a 12-ounce. But that's in the works. And stay tuned. Part of our DNA and what makes us tick is pursuing new heights and new efficiencies, new levels of quality, and with that, passion breeds passion. So we are open to growth, and hopefully wherever you are right now, you're watching this, will be either, whether it be through wholesale or retail, will be where you are very soon. We are ramping up wholesale a little bit. We've taken the last couple years to really kind of hone in on our roasting, nail that down. Feedback has been great, and I think we're ready to roll. So yeah, what's next? If there's something that is it in coffee right now, take a look at that. We're gonna take that further, because it's what we do.